What's up? It's me, Haley Jones, and I want to talk to you today about the pros and cons of living in Knoxville, Tennessee. I've got 5 pros and I've got 5 cons. Let's start with a pro. Pro number 1 is if you love college football and you want a college town, we can deliver. We've got the University of Tennessee. Rocky Top is the name of the game. We have the Tennessee Vols. Peyton Manning played for us. Have you heard of him? Okay. Among other players. I'm just saying. He's a pretty big deal. I know he's retired now. He is a Hall of Famer, but whatever. So the pro is if you want to tailgate, if you want stuff to do on Saturdays in the fall, we have you covered. The con is our team sucks. And they suck for a really long time now. But you know what? Everything has to come to an end. Even our horrible football seasons. So that's a con. We can tailgate. You'll have fun at the tailgate. Are we going to win? I don't know. The pro of living in Knoxville, number 2, we have lots of lakes. So if you are a water person, and we have river. Okay, we've got the Tennessee River, obviously, that runs through downtown Knoxville. Well, we've got Douglas Lake, Cherokee Lake, Mountain Hill, Fort Loudon. I mean, you name it, we've got it. Norris, okay? So we have all the water activities, from rowing to paddleboarding to boating. Saturdays in the summer, you can find a lake, get on a boat, get on your pontoon, and have so much fun. Okay, so that's a major plus is we have the lakes, and they're gorgeous, and they're beautiful, and you see the mountains from the lake, and it's awesome. Con number 2 is that Knoxville is very spread out. So, I mean, I don't know how, it's not like a town where you're just going to be walking on the sidewalk to get from one place to the other. Like, it's not really a walkable city. It's very spread out. Farragut has like a walkway kind of paths that connect the neighborhoods, but Knoxville is not really a walkable city. And they are working on like more bike accessibility and bike paths and stuff like that, but it's not really it's just too spread out. Like from downtown to West Knox, like that's a 20-minute, 15-minute drive from downtown to South Knoxville, depending on where you are in South Knoxville. So it's not really walkable per se. Okay, pro number 3 is we have mountain views because we have the Smoky Mountains right next door. And so not only do we have mountain views, but you can be to the mountains very quickly, depending on where you are in Knoxville, in under 10, 15 minutes, okay? And then if you're West Knox, more like 20 or 30. If you're in Maryville, you're basically in the mountains. So the mountains are here. You got plenty of places to hike and be outside and explore. So that's really awesome. Which kind of piggybacking off that. Number 3 con is if you're looking for a flat yard, this is not Texas, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, we've got mountains. It's not Dallas. You're not going to look out and see all the yards for all the miles because we have mountains here. And so, yes, there are some yards that are flat. However, I've had people come to town before and they're wanting a flat yard, and everything we're seeing is like on the side of a mountain. Not really, but it's hilly, right? The neighborhoods can be hilly, which means if you want to walk through your neighborhood, you're going to have a nice butt because you're going to be using your legs, right? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That being said, if you're looking for a flat yard, it is possible, but it's not the norm. Like, don't be shocked and your yard isn't flat. Maybe it's rolling. Maybe you've got a steep something, but definitely not like the land of flat yards. Okay, number 4, pro of living in Knoxville is, actually, I should have started with this, Dollywood. Okay, so depending on where you are in Knoxville, you're anywhere from 30 minutes to 45, an hour max to Dollywood. And if you don't know what Dollywood is, then you probably shouldn't be moving to Tennessee in the first place, okay? Dolly Parton, Dollywood, okay? So Dollywood is awesome. We also have Splash Country. We also have the Dreammore Resort. These are all Dolly's creations, and they're literally amazing. And that's another fun thing for you to do in the spring, in the summer, in the fall. During Christmas, Dollywood is everything. Anyways, I mean, maybe that should have been the entire video. Pros and cons of living in Knoxville, Dollywood. Okay, con number 4 is that snow is rare. For example, I grew up here. People are always asking me, does it snow a lot? And I say to them, well, I remember the blizzard of 93. Literally. Okay, so it doesn't snow a lot, and if it does, it's a couple inches, and all you people in the north are always judging us because we basically shut down the city, the town, whatever, because of an inch of snow, because we don't have the infrastructure, plus that we have hills, and we have all these back roads, and it's not great. Okay, and no one here knows how to drive in the snow for the most part. We have more ice than snow, but not crazy. Like, it doesn't get that cold. So if you're wanting to sled multiple times in the year, and that's a deal breaker for you, Knoxville is probably not a great option for you. Nashville gets more, Memphis gets more ice. And obviously, if you go towards the mountains, you're going to see more Sevier County. The closer you get to the North Carolina mountains and Asheville, you're going to see more snow. But Knoxville doesn't really get that because we're kind of down in a valley. All right. Pro number 5, we have accessibility. So Knoxville, which means traffic. Okay, some of you guys are going to be listening to this and be like, that means you have traffic. What it means is we have a lot of truckers, okay, because we have I-40 that runs this way, and then we have 75, and then we have 81, lots of major interstates, which means you're very accessible to things. One of those runs south. 75 runs south. Anyways, just fact check this, okay? 75 runs south because I used to live in Atlanta. Yes. Then I came back here. Okay, 75 runs south. 40 goes east to west, and then 81 connects and takes you north. So we have all of those major interstates, which means like we are super close to Nashville. We can get to Atlanta within 3 hours. Asheville within 90 minutes. Kentucky, Louisville, not Louisville. That is by Blount County near Knoxville. Louisville, Kentucky is about 3 hours. So, I mean, it's pretty accessible. And then you can drive to DC, you could drive to Florida, like we got it. So that's super nice. Like we are pretty accessible. We're within an 8-hour drive to a lot of places. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Con number 5. If you are averse to bugs, like you hate them, Knoxville may not be the place for you. It's humid here, and we have a lot of mosquitoes and all kinds of other bugs, which I know a lot of places have bugs, but the mosquitoes are enough to make you cry at night, cry to sleep. I mean, it's not that bad, but it is kind of that bad, but I also hate mosquitoes. Like, I hate them. So that's a con for sure. So if you're looking for a place that is dry heat with 0 bugs, this is not for you. Knoxville will not be a good fit because it's not dry heat. It's very humid. And even though we don't get that hot, like in the summers, we're in the 90s, high 90s, it's very humid. And people will always make fun of us for that. But I'm telling you, just trust me. In July, it's sweaty. It's sweaty out there for the people. So those are pros and cons of living in Knoxville. And that's just, one list. I'm sure there's 15 lists I can make. But I feel like the pros outweigh the cons unless you are someone who loves mosquitoes. If you want to ski, all we've got is Ober-Gatlinburg. Okay, so you're going to have to go elsewhere to ski. And if you want Alabama football as your football team, we've got the Vols. And we don't have Nick Saban, so that's a con. But overall, it's a pretty cool place. If you have questions, reach out to me, and I'll see you next time.